Democratic Party is out of step with the working people, and that's a problem.
So all I know is I'm married to a political science guy who says that things are in many ways better now. I don't
illegal immigration or just in general?
In general.
Oh.
In general.
Well, we would love to talk to your husband about this.
I do feel like the wokeness is hopefully going away because it was no fun being a comic for a while there.
What's going on, everyone? James Klug here. We are back at Klug headquarters in Huntington Beach, California. Now that a bit over a week has passed, we're going to see how Americans feel about Donald Trump winning the election. Let's go talk to some people. How are we feeling after the election?
You know we're feeling good.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
100%.
I think it's fantastic. I'm extremely excited.
Been praying and hoping, and our prayers were answered.
Heck yeah. It's about time, right?
Of Trump? We're back.
We're back. We're back in business. We're going to take America back.
How do you guys feel about the results?
Oh boy, I love him.
You love him?
Yeah.
I'm not happy, but I wasn't happy with either candidate.
No, thanks.
Not happy?
You guys, not happy?
From the UK and a huge thumbs down.
Huge thumbs down.
Yeah, I feel pretty bad about it.
Okay.
Lost some hope, set us back a little bit, to me.
Hope and change took a back seat.
That's right.
Okay, so we got a Huntington Beach local not pleased with the election results. Were you passionate about Kamala Harris, or how were you feeling about that?
I wasn't super passionate about her, but I didn't like the alternative at all.
Did you think that Kamala was going to take it?
I was hopeful.
You were hopeful.
I thought that Biden should have checked out a little earlier. I think
Right.
it would have been better. And I mean, maybe we would have even had a better candidate.
And I'm a Democrat.
Okay, wait, I love this so much. Hold on. Let's slow down here.
Friends, we get together. We can
All right,
we
go
can
ahead.
agree to disagree on
Okay.
things. And
Okay, I really like seeing this because you know what? I'll be totally honest with you. You don't actually see this very often. You're a Republican, you're a Democrat. You guys are friends, having a good time.
absolutely,
Okay.
been friends for years.
We'll go one at a time. It's
Okay.
been over a week since the election. What are our thoughts about the results?
I approve.
You approve?
I think, yeah, I approve.
Right on. Okay, approve. And are we gonna get a maybe slight approve? Where are we at?
I'm scared.
Okay.
But I'm hopeful. I know this is I know Democrats wouldn't be with me on this, but I'm only hopeful because I think both sides would agree that we need systemic change.
How are we feeling? What are our thoughts?
But it's where you are that counts.
Yeah. So
You're in Huntington Beach, a more conservative. It's a bunch of pickup trucks around here.
that's true. But
Yeah.
here, let me explain Huntington Beach right here. The pier is perfect. It's like maybe a 50-50 because yes, the city, a lot more conservative. This area, it's a destination location, so you get all sorts of people. So you'd be pretty shocked how many mixed views I get.
So what percentage are you at right now?
Here right now,
Yeah.
maybe 60-40, Trump 60. You voted for Kamala Harris?
I did.
Did you have any friends that voted for Trump or no?
I believe I did.
You believe you did?
Yeah.
And how you doing? Are you are you chatting with them? Are you guys open-minded and having conversations? Are you shutting them out because we're not happy about them voting for T-Dog? What are we thinking?
The first time around, I felt that way. I felt a lot of negativity toward him, but this time I didn't because I felt like there were more differences. There were more reasons why people voted for Trump as opposed to the hate field and things that I thought I voted against. But this time around, it was more, I think, about the economy. I think people felt like they would have a better chance with Trump.
Did you have a lot of friends and family that voted for Donald Trump in Nevada, in Vegas?
Yes.
Right on.
All of our families.
Everybody I know voted for him.
It was interesting, though, the data of the voters. It was interesting because she didn't quite win the minorities that Biden quite did. It was interesting, especially when it came to Hispanics.
For sure.
Hispanic males especially, it was really interesting. I think it was like the projections, from Hispanics, it was down by 7 or 8%, especially Hispanic males, blacks too,
It was black, Asian, Hispanic.
Yeah,
I mean,
Asian.
everyone shifted over.
Yeah, and it was interesting too. She actually did quite well with whites, which was interesting. She liked the projection. It was pretty accurate to what they projected.
You see, when I do my show, no matter where I am, and I do this with every single election, it's what Carson used to do, Leno did it a few times, where I would say, okay, we're going to vote now, and kind of be able to predict what the election is going to be. And Carson would do that, and they would get it's a big chunk of Americana going through the audiences of the Tonight Show, and he would kind of be able to predict who was going to win the election. And so I do the same thing in my show now, and it was crazy. When it was Trump and Hillary, it was almost always about 60-40, 70-30 towards Trump, right? So then the next election comes along.
It's so interesting. We kind of do something similar with street interviews, but that's I mean, you have big rooms filled with all sorts of people coming to see you.
And these are shows that are 5, 6, 8, 9, 10,000 people.
For sure.
And so, and maybe my crowd leans a little bit to the right, you know. But this year, there wasn't even a contest. It was like, it's the same, my same audiences, same people show up. So it was literally like 5% Democrat, 95%, and the roof would come off the place. So on all the polls that were out, I'm like, I don't know if these polls are accurate. I really don't know if they are or not, because my audiences are telling me something completely different.
Democratic Party is out of step with the working people, and that's a problem.
Well, you guys, it is back by popular demand. The Donald Doom tee is once again for sale at unitedmerch.com/Klug. It is the best gym t-shirt. It is the best Christmas gift. It is the best way to support my channel right now. And also, we still do have some JK Trucker hats available for you guys. They are limited production on those, so scoop those up while supplies last. If you want to support my independent work, please make sure to visit unitedmerch.com/Klug and pick up a shirt or a hat today. Thank you guys very much. Let's get back to this video.
There was a big push right before the election. I mean, a couple months before the election was pushing that Donald Trump is going to be an authoritarian leader. This is what we're going to see. Do you actually think we're going to see that under this administration, Donald Trump's administration, or do you think that was not true?
I actually think it's true, unfortunately. I mean, if you look at the people he's already picking for, key positions in his cabinet, I don't think it's going to be good, but I am willing to give him the benefit of the doubt.
You're going to wait and see.
Right, let's see how he does, because I want whoever's in that office to be successful.
Overall, I think the cabinet picks are well done. I love the fact he's got Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy involved.
Vivek Ramaswamy?
Yeah, Vivek, sorry, Vivek.
Hard one to say.
Was it Elon Musk and
Vivek Ramaswamy?
Yeah, they're ahead of, was it the efficiency for, I don't even know. Doge?
Department of Government Efficiency.
Yeah, okay.
I love the fact he's got RFK Jr.
Make America healthy again.
For sure.
And who you picked?
Maha.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that pick for RFK Jr.? Was that something that you saw Donald Trump kind of reaching across the aisle with?
So I know he has some background, at least Democrats think he's a little bit loopy, but I am willing to give him a chance.
Well, he was considered for Barack Obama's cabinet.
Well,
the EPA.
Yeah, like I said, politics aside, I like what he stands for, I like what he's doing, and let him have a chance at doing it. If he's the first person that I've heard in a long time, agencies inside or out speak out about this issue with passion and fervor, and I wish him the best of luck. I'm behind him 100%.
You as a assuming registered Democrat, it doesn't seem like those issues are a right or left issue when it comes to America getting healthy again.
Let me tell you what I really stand for.
Absolutely.
Forget Democrat label. And maybe progressive, maybe. I think I like that more. Here's what I stand for: healthy food, healthy water, healthy land, good education, and good healthcare system. Whatever party wants to deliver that for me, those are human rights, okay? Those are human rights, basic fundamental human rights. I don't care what party delivers, let's do it.
Trump had the opportunity to do all of this stuff before and didn't. I mean, he took away rights, but, he didn't really fix the border. He didn't take care of immigration like, he promised he would.
Well, he reached like a 40-year low of illegal crossings under his administration. That was actually one of his accomplishments. Would you disagree?
It's lower now than it was then. So, I mean, I don't think that he was.
It's lower now than it was then. You're saying under this administration it was lower. This administration has allowed the most illegal immigrants in the country in the history of the United States.
A lot of people disagree. I'm not.
Those are Biden administration's own figures.
And I'm not familiar with the figures. All I know is I'm married to a political science guy who says that things are in many ways better now. I don't feel. I don't
illegal
always-
immigration or just in general?
In general.
Oh,
In general.
well, we would love to talk to your husband about this because I would. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
That perspective.
Yeah.
Because it seems as though a lot of people were pushing that, right?
Yeah.
And like you just mentioned earlier in the conversation, it seems as though the American people didn't agree with that.
That is absolutely
And that means everything.
Yeah.
You know, so if they're feeling it at home, it's difficult to tell them it's actually great
Yeah.
when they're
Oh,
not
I
feeling
agree.
it.
Anybody with any intelligence knew the country was going in a very negative direction very fast. We were accumulating debts at an astronomical rate.
Yeah, about $1 trillion per 100 days.
Yeah, we need to stop that because you can't continue to run up debt.
And most of America spoke for what was needed. We went through basically a depression for the last 4 years.
But the bottom line is, they showed footage on the border, right? And they lied and they said the border was secure when 20 million got through. We got 2 wars raging on 2 different fronts. The food went up, the gas went up, the taxes went up, the crime went up. You got young girls getting murdered, their heads bashed in with rocks because the gangs that came in.
What's interesting about that, right? Because these are real concerns that many Americans have, okay?
Right.
And I think that's objectively true, right? This
Right.
isn't like an opinion. These are things that are happening.
Right.
Oftentimes, oftentimes when I bring this up to many Democrat, Kamala Harris supporters, they deny those. What is
They're
going
delusional.
on there to where they're not seeing those issues that you're talking about? Are you exaggerating, or are they just not seeing it?
There's
What's going
a
on?
Chinese proverb of saying, it says one picture says 1,000 words. You see a guy that says he didn't go in there and he didn't steal anything from the store, but they got him on camera. One picture says 1,000 words. We've seen it all over the TV. We see people struggling to buy food, to pay their rent.
If I were to give you my honest opinion, it does seem as though many Americans, and you almost can't really blame them, I would argue. Many growing up in America where they trusted the media and they still want to trust the media, and so they follow them along the journey that they're down right now. The path that they're going down right now.
Well,
and
the media's been bought. They've been bought and they've been corrupted.
Right.
A lot of people know that now.
I think people are really sick and tired, and me especially included, is watching the news. The news should be unbiased and leave their opinions out.
Cable
TV news,
Both
whether
sides,
it
both
be
sides.
CNN, Fox, MSNBC, whatever. You just see the bias, and I find it insulting.
It fuels
watching.
extremism.
They're just trying to force their values. They're not. They're putting in opinions on that rather than just reporting the facts and leaving it up to us. They'll say, Trump elected a very controversial, JFK to this post. Leave out the very controversial. Just say he elected this person to the post. It's up to us to decide whether we think he's controversial or not. Somebody just keeps trying to throw in their opinion.
I do think that messaging is quite funny, just because, yes, we have all heard that. And I just think it's funny because it's coming from this position, faking as though we're like super healthy and on the right track as a nation when we've never been more sick and unhealthy. So it's like, oh gosh, he might do something different. Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people voted for Donald Trump.
Yes.
You're obviously in comedy. Wokeness seems to kind of have been the antithesis of that over the last handful of years. And a lot of people it seems like a lot of people wholeheartedly reject that because you have a lot of the massive comedians that are just like, you know what? I'm going to make my jokes. If you don't like them, you can walk out. And there might be one person, but everyone else, all types of people, are going to sit here, have fun, and laugh at each other.
Right.
And laugh at the jokes.
Right. And for somebody that's pre-sold, they're actually paying to see that comedian. It's a little bit easier because that's usually your audience, and they're going to go along with whatever you say or you do. I would hate to be a comic just coming up that nobody knows, and they're there to be at the comedy club and not to see that person, and it's a lot more difficult. But and it's a good feeling right now to feel like it's being lifted. I feel like I can say Merry Christmas now. I can say Happy Hanukkah. I can say Happy Kwanzaa, but I can say Merry Christmas and everybody's okay with it. Most people are, and I think that's really nice right now.
Right.
So I do feel like the wokeness is hopefully going away because it was no fun being a comic for a while there. And it seems like you say, like now it's okay. If you don't like the jokes, don't buy the tickets, don't come to the show.
Day one of Trump's presidency, what would you just personally like to see him do day one?
A big, like 30 buses.
Thousands of buses.
Yes.
On day one, immediately shut the border down because we can't support the world.
Close the border.
Close the border and start the pipeline back up.
Reopen ANWR and reopen the pipeline from Canada.
just kind of clean up some of Washington.
Basically tell these sanctuary cities if they're not going to follow the laws, then they don't get the money from us, the taxpayers, because there is no government money. It all comes from us taxpayers.
What you're saying right there is what a lot of people are saying. Hey,
Yes.
seal that freaking border,
Yes,
right?
that's the first thing. I think that's going to bleed into a lot of other issues.
Here's how small the world is. This has nothing to do with anything, but I have a character, Ahmed the Dead Terrorist, right? So people think, that's controversial right now. Can you really still do that? People know who he is. It's not a threat. I'm not making fun of anybody's religion. I was doing a world tour, and they booked me in Abu Dhabi. Okay. Heavily, it's Muslim, right? And I was scared to death. I thought, what am I going to do here? But this shows me how great the world actually is. 4,000 people there, sold out, most of them Muslims, guys in the dish dash, the women there. I brought Ahmed out, and they thought he was, it was like a homecoming. It was great. They thought it was great. 2 nights later, I'm in the middle of Tel Aviv, Israel, doing the exact same show for 4,000 Jewish people. They thought Ahmed was great. That was their favorite character. I didn't change one word. Right. So to me, it's like I feel like the world is filled with mainly good people that all want to get along, and it's the handful of idiots that are ruining it for the rest of us. Right. That's what I feel like. Again, I get to see the world through rose-colored glasses because it's all comedy, but people are there to laugh and they have a great time.
Most important, I just hope there's peace in the country. I hope people are coming together and, get back to being our cohesive society instead of being so divided.
We'd just like to see no name calling and more kindness.
I want everyone to get along. I don't really care what side you're on. We all need to work through this.
I am going to give him the benefit of the doubt and wait and see. My hope is he's going to be great.
I think it's one of the most important things, if not the most important thing we can do, is come together. Remember the old days where you agree to disagree. And you can hear somebody's opinion and you don't agree with it, but you don't just say, oh, I can't talk to you anymore. You're not my friend anymore. But I think everybody's entitled to their opinion. And, look at them as a whole person. And anybody you really don't agree with 100%, you really aren't. I mean, human nature is inevitably there's always going to be something you're going to disagree with people. But don't let it ruin a good friendship. And just agree to disagree on those issues and hold it together, and we're all Americans.
Well, I wholeheartedly agree with what you're saying there. More conversation, more open dialogue, less shouting each other down, and learning from each other, and kind of instead of imagining this opposition as some caricature in your mind, actually talking to somebody and saying, hey, what are your thoughts about this, and this? You don't have to draw up some imaginary version of some political opposition. You can chat with them face to face. For comedy, as for the next 4 years,
it's going to be great.
It's looking pretty good.
It's going to be fun. But at the same time, as a good comedian, you know how far you can push and what you can say. There's always good fun, and that's what was so great about the old late-night comedians, is they would make fun of both sides, but it was always good-natured humor, and everyone would laugh at it. Something happened in the last few years, and the late-night guys started getting mean and started picking sides and calling the other sides idiots.
What do you think it is? Just putting activism before comedy?
I guess. I don't know. Business-wise, it's the dumbest move on the planet because you're losing half your crowd. For sure. But I don't get it. It's like we didn't hire you to tell us how you think and how you're going to vote and how you think we should. It's like I get up on stage every night and I say, shut up and dance, shut up and act, shut up and sing. We don't care what you think. Just do your thing and we'll figure out the politics ourselves. That's kind of the way I see it.
All right, everyone, that is it for today. So we had some pretty interesting conversations. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Also, shout out to Jeff Dunham for hopping in the video. That was pretty cool. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that bell notification button so you're notified next time I post. I'll catch you all in the next video. What are our thoughts? You are very big. Thank you.